People need to know what the law is so that they can invest and do business in the state. I mean, business involves enough risk as it is. One of those risks shouldn't be an unpredictable Supreme Court where the law changes. People don't know what the law is. When you have that kind of uncertainty, people don't take risks. They don't make investments. And we've actually seen in the past when we had an activist Supreme Court that we've driven business, the court has driven businesses out of the state. Businesses literally left Ohio because of the bad legal environment. Judicial philosophy is ultimately how judges are going to look at cases. My philosophy is that I believe the role of a judge is to apply the laws that's written. So I don't go out and I don't legislate from the bench. I don't try to impose my own personal sense of who should win or who should lose or what the right result is. I take whatever's in front of me, whether it's a statute, a contract, or the Constitution, and I apply the plain language of that document. And if we do that, then we have that predictability and stability in law, because if two sides negotiate a contract and they know that the judge is going to apply the plain language of that document, then they can make a deal with confidence. But if they don't know what the courts are going to do, they're a lot less likely to enter into that transaction, to do that deal, to make that investment in Ohio. There's nothing that the legal system does that's more important than making sure we have safe, livable communities. It's important for families. It's important for really all of us. But for businesses, you people don't want to shop. They don't want to live near. They don't want to work places where they don't feel safe. And so if people don't feel safe in our communities, they aren't going to want to come work for our employers. They're not going to want to come shop at our businesses. They're not going to want to live close to them. So, from the business community standpoint, I think public safety is critically important. And in that respect, what's going on in the court right now is something people really ought to care about. We had a decision this year. It's called the DeBose decision. It was a 4-3 vote. So I was in the minority. I was one of the dissenters, along with Justice Fisher and Justice Kennedy. But what the 4 judges of the majority said in that case was that when trial judges set bail for violent criminals, they are not allowed to take into account the safety of the community in deciding the amount of that bail. That's a really dangerous decision. It upends over 100 years of precedent in Ohio, and it creates a situation where our communities are much less safe. So if you care about the safety of your community, you've got to care about who's on the Ohio Supreme Court. You can go to our website, patdewine.com. You can contribute money, you can volunteer, but also talk to people, whether it's your employees or friends or whoever it is. The one thing with the court is people don't know a lot about their judges. So if they hear from someone they trust about the Ohio Supreme Court and why it matters, they're likely to listen. They're probably a lot more likely to listen about a judge than they might be president or governor, or things where they may have their own minds made up. But people haven't thought about judges a lot. So if you go out and talk to your friends, it can really make a big difference.